talk about the author of Cowboy Haven and her works. Tuga is a devoted daddy's girl from Texas who embraces her roots and loves indulging in her passions. She cherishes her basset hounds, tattoos, Mexican food, and staying connected with her sisters via text. Writing is her main focus, but on her day offs, she enjoys watching rodeos, knitting, and researching on Pinterest. Ba finds support in her wife, Julia Talbot, her best friends Ian Michael, and of course her beloved coffee. She's known for her diverse storytelling, from gritty romances to rag cowboys to supernatural beings like werewolves. Ba's heart was shaped in Northeast Texas, but she's now resides in San Diaz, drawn to the allure of the high desert. She refuses to let others define her writing style, as she's guided solely by the voices in her head. Her tales range from hard-hitting romance to hot marriages to the most classic of love stories. Some of her works are Christmas Bazaar by Tuga, December 12, 2022. It is a gay romance. Christmas Bazaar is a small town, opposite a track, lesbian romance set in fictional Summit Springs, Colorado. The main characters here are Charlotte Miller and Naomi Lars Beckett. Second, First Rodeo is the first book of planned trilogy with a murder mystery that spans the whole series. Published in September 21, 2019, romance novel and gay fiction. Third, Cowboy Haven is an opposite-attract rodeo romance featuring a bullfighter in a corporate suit with a side of holiday magic. Published in November 10, 2022, romance novel gay fiction. Fourth, Rainbow Rodeo, published in August 7, 2018, fiction romance novel. Last, Ever the Same, None, Love is Blind, published in February 27, 2015. It is a romance novel, contemporary romance, and a gay fiction.
Tuga created Cowboy Fathers because she believes there aren't enough stories about cowboys and babies in the world. She wrote homosexual and bisexual cowboy parents because she doesn't believe that it couldn't or wouldn't happen. She writes them because it makes her happy and her readers agree with her. In addition, Tuga loves to write about homosexuality because she is a homosexual herself.
Ed Barron is a writer from Texas, and he's been alone for a long time since his parents died when he was at a young age. He has a husband named Marcus, an English professor in Austin. They decided to have a child through surrogacy, but then the surrogate told them that all three embryos had implanted and were thriving. Marcus didn't like it because he only wants one child, and then he has to make a choice if Het is going to choose these triplets over one baby and him. The triplets are biologically related to Het. Since he is their dad, he chose the triplets and escaped from his ex. Allen is a realtor and is a guy who's always been there for him. He's also the first person to see the babies. Allen offers Het the chance to stay in a lovely house in northern New Mexico for 6 months, but he takes the money from Het and scams him. Colt Cordova was out playing cowboy on a horse when he saw smoke in some places on his ranch in northern New Mexico. He went there and heard the cry of a baby, and that's when he met Het Barron and the triplets in Gonzalez's house. Colt Cordova saw how dirty and awful the house was for the triplets. The house is also being condemned. Colt offered Het to stay in his house, and he accepted it. Colt really cared about the babies, and he likes him. When they stayed at Colt's house, they help each other. They dress up and feed the babies until Colt got used to it and was happy about it. Colt's family met Het and his triplets. They also take care of these babies, and they celebrated Christmas as one family. They like Het because he is a good guy. Het and Colt talk about their lives, the things that they do for a living, and many other things until New Year's Day. It's been a long time since he escaped from his ex. He could barely remember what his life looked like with Marcus, and this was because of the life he was immersed in now. when he saw the books that he loved, since he is a writer. In every place that they go, the people with whom they interact always mention how tiny and cute the triplets are. In the evening after Valentine's Day, they had sex for the first time together. They were really in love and cared for each other. And one day, someone sent sensual pictures of Head to Cole. They knew that his ex-husband hired Allen as a private investigator. They also knew that Allen is not a realtor since Head went to the awful Gonzalez house. And he is also fake. Allen stalked them, taking pictures of them while carrying the babies. Cole is thrilled from some irrepressible emotion. 6 months later, they make love again for the second time. It was evening, so the babies were sleeping. They enjoyed it. After that, we talk about the life of Head with his ex-boyfriend who died and with his ex-husband. Head also confessed to Cole that he became a drug addict. He left home when he was 15 and stayed on the street for 4 years. And it became so miserable. He also realized how unhappy he is with Marcus. Then, they noticed there's a camera and someone took a picture of them. And Cole trembles, wanting to beat the fuck out of the man's face. They call Ed for help to get the plate of the stalker's car, since he's the one who's helping Cole investigate the private investigator. Cole is not at home. Ed went to the Three Ravens coffee shop to see his ex-girlfriend named Bill. After talking, Ed saw that there was a dead coyote in his car, and he immediately called 911 and Mama Betty. He told Mama Betty to keep the baby safe. Allen is the one they think did that, but they have no evidence. Ed told Colt what happened when he wasn't at home. Colt finally got the number of Ed's ex-husband and said why he hired Allen as private investigator. But Marcus is clueless about it. He said that he had lost contact with Allen since Head and he became divorced. But Colt didn't believe him. One day in the barn, Head saw Rocky lying unconscious because Allen hit him with a bat. Head texted Mama Betty and said, "Lock the doors." He grabbed a shovel and he hit the private investigator. Not hard enough because he's afraid of going to jail because of the babies. But Allen said, "You're mine." But Head didn't know what it meant. Ed came and Head said what happened when Ed said the interaction between Colt and Marcus. Then they knew that Marcus had nothing to do with Allen being a stalker or private investigator. Colt immediately returned home when he knew what happened. In the barn, they trapped Allen, hidden property damage, and threatened the kids. They tied him up, and then the state police arrested Allen. They returned to normal, and Allen is in custody. Avery mentioned that their sponsors want them to get married. Colt didn't want to force Head to get married immediately, since he just got out of the heavy hand of his ex. But Head likes it more than anything. Head asked if he was interested in adopting the babies and making it legal, and Colt agreed about it. Head is finally not alone anymore, and he has a family now. They both love each other, so they get married. The story ended with a birthday party, and Head and Colt decided to adopt the child of Colt's cousin.
So, let's talk about the two types of characters. First is major characters. Heath Baron, a writer in professions, long-haired man with a gentle look. Fumble was his screen name. Colt Cardova, a ranch owner, a former rodeo champ, and a kind-hearted man who helps Heath and the three babies in need. A decent, hardworking, generous, and loving guy. Allen Farthing, Heath gym buddy that scammed him. It was later on revealed that he is also a private investigator. The second character is minor character, three babies. The three infants, two boys and a girl named Amanda. youngest and also the loudest. David, the biggest among the three and also the middle child. And Graham, the firstborn. Marcus, Heath Baron ex-husband. Joe Gonzalez, the owner of the broken down single white trailer. Betty, Colt's loving mom. Uncle is Colt's uncle who is a retired lineman. Jaila Cordova, Colt's cousin. Aunt Dee, Betty best friends. Nita Cordova, Colt's aunt who is a good cook. Luis and Joshua, Colt's cousin. Anna, Colt's niece who loves dancing. Merle, the ranch watchdog. Levi, Colt's cousin who was a strapping boy at 15, came up. Patty, Colt's aunt. Bill, a waiter in a coffee shop called Three Ravens, a former cop in the New York City. Ed Duran, one of the person who helped Colt investigate about Allen. Sander Frost, one of the closest friend of Heath. Dayton, Heston, and Mackie, Colt's friend and his Judeo buddies. Leo, Mark, and Pete, Colt's cousin. Sarah, the brave cousin of Colt who helped him capture Allen.
Story development. Exposition. Colt Cordova is riding a horse, notices smoke coming from the old abandoned trailer in the next property over. He finds Heath Baron with 3 little babies when he goes over to see what's happening. He can't leave them there, resulting for him to offer Heath and his children a place to stay. Heath feels like Colt is offering him everything when he invites him to stay at his place. Rising action. A few minutes before the New Year's Eve, Colt had pretty much had the best day he could remember in forever. He was having a conversation with Heath with the TV on, so that they can watch the ball drop. As they were talking, Colt checked the TV and was surprised to find that it was almost midnight. He took his tiny bottles of champagne, which he got as a gift last September from a sponsor. Heath and Colt have a strong and loving relationship, and that Heath is working on improving himself as his life with Colt's support and encouragement. It seems like Heath have a stalker that's following and taking pictures of him, which caused him to feel worried and unsafe. Colt is trying to reassure Heath and address the situation by speaking with Ed and suggesting Heath change any passwords that he hasn't changed since he was in Austin, which suggests Marcus, his ex-partner, may have access to some accounts. Climax. A rental car was following Heath on his way back home. He was scared and immediately went to contact Betty to say his current situation and to ensure that the babies are safe. Heath was able to get Betty's house safely, but the stalking continues after that day. The stalker was also exposed as someone who's obsessed with Heath. Falling action. It was later on revealed that Allen was the stalker, and it doesn't involve Marcus. Allen was captured by the Cordova family with the help of the police putting Allen to jail. Denouement. The couples talk about marriage and they both love the idea of that. At the end, they celebrate their 3 children's first birthday and decided to adopt the baby of Colt's cousin. They live happily having their children beside them. Conflict. Heath was scammed by Allen, his gym buddy, who offers him a lovely rental house that turns out to be an abandoned trailer. Marcus makes Heath choose between him and 1 baby, or Heath alone with 3 babies. Heath is followed by a rental car on his way home, making him scared for his life and baby's safety. Colt called Marcus to stop bothering them, but Marcus denied Colt's accusation. Heath was followed by Allen, which later on was revealed to obsess with him.
The themes in the novel Cowboy Haven are love, eroticism, and trust. Love is the major theme in the novel Cowboy Haven, as the main characters go on emotional and self-discovering journeys. In this novel, it shows different types of love such as romantic love, family love, and friendship love. Next is eroticism. item in the novel is eroticism, which explores the sensuous and sexual sides of the characters' relationship. Intimate and explicit sequences in Cowboy Haven address desire, attraction, and sexual exploration. The author dives into the sensory experiences of the protagonist, emphasizing the physicality and passionate energy that forms between them. Last theme is trust. Trust plays a significant role in the novel, as the characters must learn to trust one another with their emotions, vulnerabilities, and desires. Tortuga portrays the challenges of building trust, especially for characters who may have experienced past heartbreak or trauma. Through their interactions and the development of their relationships, the protagonists learn to open up, communicate their needs and boundaries, and rely on each other emotionally and physically.
Some of the things you can learn from this novel are love, care, and trust. Right when Colt saw Heath, he didn't hesitate to help Heath and his triplets. Colt's family also accepted them genuinely and treated them like they're really part of their family. Colt and Heath fell in love with each other, helped each other, and took care of each other, just like how a good couple should be. On the other hand, we can also say that Colt trusting Heath right away is not safe, just like what happened between Heath and Allen. Heath thought that Allen was his true friend, but the truth is Allen is a private investigator. So, we don't really know who should we trust, and we shouldn't trust people 100%.
Heath is a man with long hair who writes professionally, and a calm demeanor. He used the screen name Babon. Heath is a huge, obese, Scottish man with blue eyes and long auburn hair. David, Graham, and Amanda, the triplets, and Heath are saved by a horseback rider, a kind-hearted ranch owner who assists Heath and the three babies in need, a former rodeo champion. Colt is a cowboy from a large, devoted family. He is considerate and friendly, a good-looking, diligent, generous, and loving man. Colt is a Native American and Spanish cowboy who is strong and tough.
Basically, homosocial is social interaction between same sex. Furthermore, Hammerin and Johansson of 2014 mentioned that it is frequently used in studies on men and masculinities. They're defined as mechanism and social dynamic that explains the maintenance of hegemonic masculinity. Defining from the word itself, homoerotic is the sexual desire between same-sex relationships. Moreover, Collins Dictionary said that homoerotic is used to describe things such as films, literature, and images intended to be sexually appealing to gay people.
The major characters in the story, Heath Baron and Colt Cordova, as well as the past relationship of Heath with Marcus, portrays a homosocial wherein they have an interaction and became friends and more. And there, the homoerotic enters the story because of the desire prevailing between them. In addition, the story centers on their romance and struggles, making it a boys' love story.
Colt and Heath's friendship evolves into a deep partnership and love. They overcome challenges together and become devoted lovers, sharing a profound understanding of one another. Their bond strengthens as they navigate life's ups and downs, demonstrating unwavering support and trust. Their journey takes an important turn when they become parents to triplets, solidifying their connection as both partners and nurturing parents. Embracing the joys and responsibilities of parenthood, their relationship thrives as they support and care for their children with unwavering dedication. Together, they embody the roles of friends, partners, lovers, and parents, creating a tapestry of love, support, and shared experiences.